Kaveri Cafe right here along Lumumba Avenue. It's a very, very great place. You should come and visit sometime. My name is Busiku, and we are getting into our Kickstarter conversation to talk about how best we can get young people into ICT. Now, technology, specifically ICT, has played a very central role in young people's lives to rise to prominence on a global scale. It has helped them to mobilize, collaborate, and given them a voice where there was none before. It has brought them together in response to social concerns. It has connected them across vast geopolitical barriers. In Uganda here, ICT is being used to position the country's youthful population as job creators. Sharing a cup of coffee with me here at Kaveli Restaurant, I do have two young people, Peter Obo and Shafiq Nyanzi, who are both involved in the ICT. A very good morning, gentlemen, and thank you for coming.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Do you love Kaveri Cafe? How do you find the place?
A very nice place.
Amazing.
I've been here before.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
So let's talk about ICT. What inspired both of you to join ICT? Let me start with you.
Okay, my name is Pira. ICT, being the fact that it's rolling the world now in every perspective of life, I feel like I should engage myself in ICT to lull the country, to lull the world. Because we are moving digital, everything is going digital. So, and if you lose a chance of being part, then probably you're losing a life.
At a younger age, what inspired you?
Surely what inspired me, the background of my family and the course I undertook at university probably led me to where I am. Yeah.
And Mr. Nyanzi?
As a student, I got inspired to join the Huawei ICT competition during one of Huawei's roadshows. As it was moving to university, it came to Muni University. As I was a student there, they introduced us to different concepts of ICT, and they introduced us to a lot of tracks, including cloud track, network track. So as a student, I decided to join the network track, and that's where I got to learn a lot of skills. And the skills I managed to learn included networks, implementation of networks, enterprise networks, routing and switching, implementing network security, implementing wireless networks and wide area networks, and viewing a network as a whole in terms of both routing and switching, network security and everything. So we get inspired by just the environment that Huawei and the Huawei ICT Academy takes you through.
And I also understand both of you are beneficiaries of programs run by Huawei Technologies. So help us understand how you got into these programs.
Oh, okay. Me as Peter, it was just one time I was at campus, that's around 2018. And a chance came. The program was launched the year before, called Seeds for the Future program. Yeah, they ran an advert and it piqued our attention by the project, by the course lead and everyone in the ICT department. Basically, by that time we got nominated from, actually it's a long story. Just cutting it short, it just came, the head of department nominated us, actually nominated 5 students as a policy from every university. Makera University had to bring 5, all the public universities, and then it was a stiff competition. Basically, through all that, we had to write proposals in how ICT is basically going to improve different sectors, say health, security, transport, agriculture, and all the rest. And from there, they wanted to get 10 best students in Uganda to have a chance and travel abroad, that is China, go to Beijing, and then Shenzhen, the technological city, and all this was really amazing. But I really stand and was like, wow, I should make it. And I made it among the best 10 students.
And Nyanzi, what is your story?
As I was saying, my story actually of joining the Huawei ICT competition started from the Huawei's roadshow when they came to Muni University, and they talked about the Huawei ICT competition. As a student at that time at the university doing a Bachelor of Information Systems, this was a great opportunity for me to join the ICT world and experience what practical knowledge.
But for purposes of my viewers, I would like the viewers to understand what is the Huawei Seeds for the Future program. To me, it's just like a coded program. I haven't gotten to understand what it Seeds for the Future. Help me elaborate. What is the Huawei Seeds for the Future program?
Oh, surely.
Yeah.
Huawei Seeds for the Future program. This is a program that helps students to stimulate what they have learned and see them how they are happening.
Explain.
It's a competition. It comes as a competition. You know, getting nominated that's a great pressure. Getting nominated from your university, because not everyone is going.
So they are picking different people from various universities in Africa.
Exactly.
Like 10 people.
Five people from the 7 universities, making them 35.
All right.
They give these 35 students, they give them a chance to write their own ideas on how this ICT, what they have learned, and how it can transform our environment in different sectors. Then these proposals are being sent to the team, having different guys, professional guys, and they view how it is best. Then from there, they come up with 20 students out of 35. They be like, wow, these guys have really shown the zeal, they really have an idea that they need really to go ahead and present. From there, the 20, remember they want only 10, the best in Uganda, different other countries, because by the time we went, we met also 10 people from Myanmar, the sides of India. They were also under the same program. Then from there, the 20 students, they go and present their proposals. Now,
like how you intend to use technology
to improve the different sectors
within your country.
Within your
like
country.
Technology to combat climate change.
Exactly.
Technology to combat corruption. Technology to combat early marriages, flooding.
Not really site-based, because really goes abroad. Like now, the sectors we are looking at, agriculture, how the current technology
irrigation
in agriculture.
Oh yeah.
Right now we are in the situation of COVID. How could ICT
technologies that can anticipate disasters and the stakeholders react quickly?
Exactly.
Okay,
so we have now seen students adopting online courses. Yeah. That is technology. There is a disaster and we are trying to use technology to overcome it. You get agriculture. We have seen these days, it's just a matter of using a smartphone. You got to take a snapshot of your garden, your plants, and probably it brings everything. They'll be like, oh, now there's this recommendation, you need to go and buy this side, all this. So that transformation. Security-wise, we have seen guys have implemented ambient technologies, these CCTV cameras. They have gone ahead that I don't need to be in the place by that time. Yes, the camera is running. All that time going and do the backlog and everything. The phone can probably trigger an alarm and be like, yes, Peter, you're here, but you have an intruder in your home. Yes, the camera is doing the recording, but it has gone beyond with the technology to notify me. So I can easily either let the police know or I can be in a place by that time. So that is it for the future. And also, exploration of what we have learned. Actually, by that time I was doing computer science, and we had a course called artificial intelligence. We had many things in this, and I was looking at myself, be like, wow, in Uganda they're talking of ITO, Internet of Things, they're talking of ambient intelligence.
Yes.
These guys are just talking. This should be just coded.
Yes.
But I got a chance.
Yeah.
We sit for the future.
Yeah. You saw when I mentioned early marriages, teenage pregnancies, and I'm like, how best can we use technology on the same? Defilement, to lower the cases of defilement and rape. In the United States, you understand they have gadgets, where just a simple gadget you wear on your wrist here. If you're trying to be raped or defiled by someone, you just press that button and police comes in your vicinity within 5 minutes. Can we get such gadgets and bring them in our own country, Uganda? You saw in the lockdown how we had so many cases of teenagers getting pregnant, being defiled and so forth, even grown women being raped as a result of the coronavirus pandemic, people being locked down in small spaces. Can we get those technologies and help our people?
Surely, I believe that technology is already here, and we have it.
So it's a lack of awareness?
It's just lack of awareness, and different people have implemented it. Of recent, I was looking at my colleagues. there's a gentleman called Isaac Valentuma. He tried to code around and came up with simple applications, just for awareness.
Okay.
How you're sick, how do I alert the nearest hospital? How do I track this? We have power issues, how do I, you see, all that, it's a matter of coordination and get aware of this issue.
Of course, let's also involve Mr. Shafiq Nyanzi. Mr. Shafiq Nyanzi, what opportunities does one get by participating in these programs, such as the Seeds for the Future program by Huawei?
Participating into Seeds.
You have to be a little bit louder for our viewers.
Participating into Seeds for the Future program and the Huawei ICT competition as a whole qualifies one for not only internship opportunities but also job opportunities with Huawei as a company.
Internship opportunities, not only that, but even job creation opportunities.
Yeah.
You get some skills while you intern on the program.
Exactly.
And you also get more skills to create jobs after
Exactly.
acquiring that knowledge. Go ahead.
And a good example is my friend here and students who participated in the Huawei ICT competition of 2018-2019. These were year 3 students who were at campus and were given job opportunities and currently are working with Huawei. So actually joining the Huawei ICT competition and Seeds for the Future program qualifies you for such opportunities. Not only the skills and the knowledge you get from this program, you'll be able to take on job opportunities. For example, I personally right now can take on a network engineering job just because of the experience we obtained from the Huawei ICT competition. There are a lot of talent, and there's also a lot of prizes ranging from phones to wireless headphones to certifications and cash prizes as well. So just meeting a lot of talent and connected people, very passionate people, and the team. If you meet the team that is on the Huawei ICT competition, like for example, Team 1 Network Track Uganda, it's composed of 3 students from Makerere University. These include Magola Kenneth, Mudulo Gerard, Okello Stephen. These are passionate students, young people who have the passion for networks and network engineering as a profession. So these have all played a very good role. So meeting such people,
Even exposure to the international community.
You get exposure to just even the community and the administration at Huawei running this program. These programs are so much opportunity for the young people, and just getting connected to these people qualifies you for a lot of things and future opportunities. So yeah, you get to meet instructors, good instructors, passionate and very determined instructors. For example, Mr. Olinga John Peter is an instructor that led this whole competition and trained us as Team Uganda to represent Uganda in the regional finals of the Huawei ICT competition Southern Africa 2019-2020. And we actually, the results of the regional finals for 2019-2020 came out, and Uganda, as Team Uganda, both Team 1 and Team 2, we represented Uganda in the national finals and it emerged the second out of the 28 countries, 28 teams actually, that participated in the network track of the Huawei ICT competition regional finals. And this was all because of the team effort, collaboration. So young people need to work hard and involve themselves in this program, because as Huawei's vision is bringing digital to every person, every family, and every organization for a fully connected, intelligent world. Huawei has brought the opportunities to our door. Young people, we have to use it. And as a witness of what Huawei can do for the organization and the organizations and countries, universities, this is a great opportunity. Seeds for the Future, Huawei ICT competition is the way to go.
Indeed. Well, Peter and Shafiq, yesterday I was in Wakiso as the Speaker of the People's Parliament. We were talking to the youth within that area, how best we can get young people into the agribusiness. You understand, even despite the increasing financing for agriculture, the attention that we have given agriculture, young people are still shunning agribusiness, and we do not understand why. Is it the negative perception and so forth? So I was there talking to the youth, and they had so many challenges. Challenges of actually going to their gardens, having all that produce, but they do not have any marketing strategies or even the tools to market their produce. So how best would you help them as someone who is in the Huawei Seeds for the Future Technologies program? What kind of incentives are there or programs to help such people?
Actually, the only way we are moving with this, it's awareness. With ICT, it has brought knowledge to the ground.
So how can they use ICT?
So if I have my phone, I can access everything I want. I can get all the information that I want. I can get linked to the market. I can get linked to the people who have done the same thing for inquiries and everything.
And the person that brought up this argument had a phone, but maybe they didn't know how to use it. Would you help them break down how the steps through which you can use your phone to market your produce?
I'll just, when you hold a smartphone, okay, what do we call a smartphone? Any phone that could help you access internet, then I could refer to a smartphone. Actually, even the these other small phones, they can access internet. And actually, we realize that data has become what they refer as the data. That's bandwidth. It has come to the lowest cost, I can say. You have 500 shillings. You can buy your minutes. That's using MTN. Buy your minutes, get SMS, and get 5 MBs. When I use that 5 MBs, they are those inbuilt applications that have come with our phones. I'll be saying, I want to plant beans. Probably, I'll just go to, maybe I use Google Chrome that is installed on my phone, type there, how do I start with beans? Actually, I would just take an example of myself. Of recent, I was engaging myself in agriculture, and I was like, why don't I try soybeans? I had no idea of how I plant soybeans, how I do this, but I just went on Google and be like, soybean plantation. I got the measurements from internet.
So how would you link this to the market using your phone?
Just this is from the start. I'm still planting. I didn't have an idea, but I used the phone, used the internet, that's technology, got all the procedures on how to do it. After that, after the harvest, actually I just realized that when you harvest it, you don't need to wait for it to get dry in the garden. Just as the time approaches, you remove them. I got that idea from the internet. Then from there, I've reached the time of marketing. I'll use my WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp is common. Facebook these days is common. Twitter, guys are everywhere. If I just put there a message, I have soybeans, what are these kilograms? Probably I'll just get linked to the person who needs it.
So in a nutshell, before all these young people clamor to government to put in place some of these tools, marketing tools to help them link them from the market to from the garden to the market, they should also work with the little tools that they have. Maybe a smartphone. As the government also works to bring about all these marketing tools, also do something with your phone to link yourself to the major market leaders in that regard. We would also like to know what you guys are currently working on outside the Seeds of the Future program. Outside these competitions, what are you working on? Shafiq?
I'm currently working on setting up a business. It's a network-based business, mainly doing networks for enterprises, and I'm also working with a company. It's called Shamson Company. It's led by actually a very young person, one of the students from Muni University, Mugita Samo. So that is what we're working on. Well, it's a technology company, mainly providing technology services, and I'm part of the team that is working with.
I'd like to send a special regards to the young people within Wakiso district with whom we were discussing yesterday on how best to offer linkages to the youth to connect them to the private sector actors and who actually help them with job creation and other entrepreneurship opportunities in that regard. The main conversation here and the message I want to send to the boys and girls of Wakiso who are engaged in the East Africa Youth Inclusion Program is for you to use all those little tools that you have. A simple smartphone, that technology can help you market yourself. You don't have to wait for government. If you're engaged in mushroom growing, and then you realize that the production officer at the district level and his extension officers do not have any knowledge on mushroom growing, get your phone, just go to the internet and get all those steps and the criteria to be followed before you get into mushroom growing. And in that way, you'll be using a simple tool like a phone to get knowledge and also market your produce at the national stage, instead of waiting for the government, which might never come to your rescue. So as it is, let's work with the little tools that we have and continue to make things happen in a big way. We are still discussing ICT, how best to get young people into ICT. I have Peter and Shafiq. Now, Peter,
yes,
he told us what he's working on outside the Seeds for the Future program. What are you working on?
Surely, outside Seeds for the Future, this program gave me a big opportunity. I could say a big opportunity. Immediately when I came up from university, before even my graduation, I grabbed myself a job. By that time, I was working with a company called Mark Investments. And it was a great pleasure talking to the managing director. I'd be like, this is Peter Obo here. I was taken up as a best student with Seeds for the Future program to Huawei, to all the Chinese. And these guys were like, wow, we have the best idea here. And besides that, yes, I was more interested in technology and be like, no, I need to involve myself deeper in technology. I got myself a job in MTN, working as a service recovery manager with MTN. It's a great pleasure.
Well, how will your experience benefit Uganda before we go for a break?
Surely, as a beneficial, I feel like with time, I need to open up a company, a service provider company, probably dealing with networking.
All right.
Because I've seen how networking is done. I've engaged myself in networking. I've seen all these things in telecom communication. I feel like, no, Uganda as Uganda, we also have to launch our own.
It seems like we will quite benefit a lot from this experience. Yes, you've been telling me on how your experience with Huawei Seeds for the Future program is going to benefit your country. Please go ahead, and then we can get into the barriers.
I was still narrating how we can do the best transformation,
yes,
and bring all this to our world. And the fact that I've moved to Shenzhen, the technological city, I've seen how the beauty of technology is. We just need to lower. You see, we only have few things we need to streamline on. Once they are streamlined on, like the cost of these items, giving a chance to our people here in Uganda, then probably it will be a great pleasure. Because we really have innovative people at Makerere University, but they are not given a chance. But I believe if the government can work on that, give someone a chance to bring out his idea and show it to them, probably it will be a great pleasure. Actually, when I was in China...
So government should step up and help more young people join ICT.
Actually, when I was in China, I was so amazed that China has gone ahead that for it has to restrict more of things that come from outside and embark on their own.
So they embarked on a BUBU program of sorts, Buy Uganda, Build Uganda.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we can also embark on our own, actually...
We have it, but I just don't understand why it's not taking off, why we are not supporting local content, but that is the main issue. Even in Nigeria, in the oil and gas sector, for it to take off and for many Nigerians to become wealthy, they have to make some kind of local content to involve the Nigerian people. You have Nigerians in Uganda owning almost all businesses in this country. So let's talk about the barriers that are stopping young people from joining ICT. Let me first give Mr. Nyanzi an opportunity. Mr. Nyanzi, what are some of the barriers stopping young people from joining the ICT sector?
The main barrier that is preventing young people from joining the ICT sector is mainly the knowledge. The knowledge about the ICT. You realize that young people lack knowledge. Some people actually are so deep in villages that they actually don't even know how to use a computer. Basic applications like Office, they don't know how to use computers. So if the government can help young people access to these computers or these electronic devices, it will help out a lot. And also, the other problem is access to actually simple gadgets like mobile phone. A simple mobile phone can help you learn a lot in ICT. Just a simple phone can do almost all basic functions of the computer. And currently, Huawei is running an online training. It's called the Huawei Learn On program. This is an online training that is Huawei sponsors young people to get the knowledge and skills. So by the fact that this is an online training, it requires data. It requires resources like data. It requires resources like having a basic gadget like a mobile phone or a computer. So all that is left is for you to actually work hard. The young people need to work hard, access this mobile phone, buy data, go online and start getting the skills. Many young people from many universities, even if you're not from your university, gaining from these programs and the ICT is all about the data, the amount of the time you're willing to commit, the hard work. You're willing to commit to this program.
You see, this whole year, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, technology, we saw the rise of technology use. At some point, you had to take your work, business, and so forth, school work plans onto the internet.
Sure.
But then the truth is technology has done so little for people with disabilities. One, they are not technologically savvy, they are not digitally savvy. And two, those who have, some do not have even access to these gadgets. They are too expensive and so forth. But then, Mr. Oppo, help us understand some of the other challenges that are affecting youth that are stopping them from joining ICT.
Surely, what I believe, everyone has an opportunity, but it all starts with you. If I really have a zeal to get into ICT, then probably I'll do my best. Because I believe that now the phones have gone so cheap. If I have 150, if I have 150, MTN is having a small phone. And it's a very good one. So it's the zeal that someone has. You know, the government has done best because of recent I just got to know that the government had even launched the work from home MBs. You get 2,000 and you have a GB. And probably GB can take you. So the mentality we have, because I know it's quite expensive, because spending 2,000 every day in just buying data, but if you know the value after that, then probably you will not take a chance to lose that.
How best can we help people with disabilities who do not have any knowledge on ICT use and
people with disabilities,
these technologies?
Basically, unless you are going to tell me that you don't have hands, but if you don't have the legs, maybe you're deaf, but you can see, you can type, then probably ICT is there for you. And also, we have gotten new technologies that even if I can't talk, I can use the signs. Anyway, maybe we can push the government and just bring up these new ideas. Be like, maybe we can start up a certain institute with these technologies where people can use signs to simulate what they want, what they're saying. In technology, it's very possible. I've seen that. So, the government can buy that idea.
All right. Shafiq, how best can we improve the ICT sector in Uganda?
The only way I'm seeing that we can improve ICT sector in Uganda is making access of online resources readily available to the young people. The young people are very eager and very willing to learn. And access to these online resources include lowering maybe cost of data and access to electronic devices. Like
Remove
gadgets.
OTT.
Yeah, lowering actually OTT. Actually, OTT is a very big inconvenience.
Yes.
The learning process of ICT, because you realize that a lot of technologies and a lot of learning materials online. So, and limiting some of these platforms using maybe OTT is a very high.
All right, we've run out of time, Peter Obo and Shafiq Nyanzi, but I'll give you each a minute to help us understand what you're involved in and what we should anticipate. I understand you're waiting for finals and you're also waiting for finals in your competition. Just let us know when they'll be happening and then we call it wraps.
Okay, currently I'm not waiting for finals. Actually, I'm already there and I'm just working. I'm working as a service recovery manager with MTN Uganda. And it's a great project. It was all initiated with Huawei from 6th.
So you're the success story.
Exactly.
Mr. Shafiq, in October we have something great happening.
Yes, thank you very much. Actually, in October, I'm glad to give the news. Uganda was represented by 2 teams, and they're called Team Uganda. Team 2 of the network track emerged the second in the regional finals of the Huawei ICT competition in Southern Africa, and we'll be having the global finals in October.
All right.
So this is a team of people who represented Uganda among 28 teams of the network track, and the success of Team 2 greatly depended on Team 1. As I mentioned, their names, there were 3 students from Makerere University who actually put in efforts to train Team 2 members to reach this level of success.
Amazing.
Yes.
Shafiq Nyanzi and Peter Obo, 2 students that are making their country proud in the ICT sector, one of them being in the Huawei Seeds for the Future program and the other being in the Huawei ICT competition. My name is Romy Busiku. We are going to take another breather. We'll be right back with another conversation with the poet. Mr. Benson Rushongoza Mkabafunzaki has been battling with depression and so forth. So he decided to use poetry to alleviate some of those negative feelings that have been dampening his good life. So we shall return with that story and a lot more. Keep it here on Morning at